Hello, good evening. Welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Hail Empath. This is a really good song. I was thinking of it because in the beginning it's like in a year from now, everybody will be gone. They all been moved away and stuff like that. See, it was on my Facebook page. I made a plan October 4th. I'm like, I'm moving. I still ain't moved yet. See, it's the 9th. So the year, it's like 1 year of intention of just gathering my nuts. Like the squirrels, all the squirrels are gathering their little faces. How do they get so many nuts in there? How do you do it, Nubbins? You got all the nuts. I'm trying to hook my homie up too, the squirrels and the birds and stuff. We just all share what we got. It's going to be a long, cold winter, hard winter. It's going to be a wonderful spring. It's going to be rad. Because I know everything's going to be okay because God's always in my room. God's always in the room. He's always taking care of me. Even if I don't acknowledge him, and even if I'm pissed at him, and if I'm flipping him off, and, MLN you, God, you control freak. But I'm always. I had a different kind of day. I went outside the box a little bit. I don't like going the same time and stuff, but because mom has her schedule, oftentimes it means that I gotta be in places to fit around her, so that gives me a schedule inadvertently. But I did it different. I went to the laundromat this afternoon. Then I talked to a real nice, neat little lady named Lenita. She's a real estate agent. And then she put me in number with another lady, and we'll just see how it goes. But it's just like, and I was like, elation. I was like excited about that, about the potential. You got to talk to your spouse, and it's okay by me, and you know, get approved by the park and stuff. And I'm like, just if somebody gives me a chance, I can prove myself, man. If anything, I can prove myself. I just got to get in there to do it. I try to leave things better than I found it. It's so funny. After not having running water for 3 years, I paid the bill on Tuesday, paid off the $900 balance. I didn't want to carry that over to somebody else. I kind of shot myself in the foot, but I was gonna do it, but I was gonna do it as soon as I moved. But I kind of shot myself in the foot in the order. But what do you do? Then went to PayPal and I had contributions I got to put over in my account. That was cool. It's like today was like an emotional roller coaster. Made an appointment to get the the underside casing to the it's just they could freaking tap it out with a ball peen hammer and stuff like that maybe. It just depends on if someone's going to do you a favor or not. Everybody can. I had a pretty positive experience I want to share because I've been applying so much for so many things and looking at so much, and I almost got, I identified a fraudulent scam, Craigslist scam, and I sent the email to the person that said he was. I'm like, listen, man, there's a special place in hell for people like you that take advantage of other people, especially when they're in such dire straits and you give them like a semblance of hope, but you're a fraud, see? So that hope that you take, it's just mean, and there's hell to pay in that. And so now there's karma. It's karma, man. So I said, I have the ability. I could I could find, not like physically find, but I'm like I could find you in like electronically and make things very hard for you. But I don't have the energy because I gotta find a place for me and Ma. And I said, I leave you to God, man. I leave you to God, dude. Whatever. Never heard back from those people again. So anyway, it was like 5:06 this evening, and I got a notification from my bank that said, "Did you authorize this $49 whatever for rent-to-own.com?" And I'm like, "No." So I said no, and then they're like, your debit card's locked." And I was like, "Not again." So I called my bank immediately. Thank you, Tanner at Roseburg, in Roseburg at the disputes and frauds department. Is that taint? Well, I wrote it down. Yeah, he was helpful. You know, he's like, well, these are your choices. You can call the number to them, or I can shut off your account. And I'm like, don't shut off my account. I said, leave it alone. I'll eat the $49 fee if you just leave my shit alone. Just going in and putting all the new numbers into all your accounts is a nightmare. So just freaking leave that shit alone. So he gave me the number and I called. I wish I would have got her name. God, nice lady, old lady, little Hispanic lady. I like the little Hispanic ladies. They're because they're nice. They take care of people. They want to help. And so I was like, listen. No, she's like, these are your options. And I'm like, okay, let me make this easy for you. I want to cancel my account today. If I can get a refund back, that would be great. If not, then that's another lesson I get to learn because I already got to eat. I almost got taken for, a guy tried to take me for $2,000. So if this is what the lesson I learned, that because it's one of those that you do a trial for 7 days and I didn't cancel it. And I forgot, and I forgot. So I'm like, if this is my life lesson, then I'll eat it for $49. I just don't want a reoccurring fee. See, because I already got had for 90 last weekend from a too good to be true ad in freaking Idaho. And the guy's like, yeah, we only accepted 4 applicants, and even if, because we're such wonderful human beings, the ones that we don't accept, we'll go ahead and give you your money back for the application fee. And it's just, oh, people freaking, they know how to get to people that are freaking, and that's how they take their money, and that's just fucking this shitty, people are scammers, man. People are scammers. And so I was talking to this lady, I'm like, so what do I gotta do? And she's like, you know what? I looked at your account, it's still in pending status. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel it. So that'll 1 to 4 business days. That'll get credited back to your account. And I'm like, you know what? I said, God bless you, lady. I said, because the other options, that wasn't an option that she'd given me in the beginning. One was, I can give you $25 back, And I'm like, no, I will never use your site again. I'm mad at myself that I did this. Understand? It's not you, it's me. And she went ahead and credited the whole thing. And I was like, thank you. You restored a little bit of faith in humanity in me today. Humanity. The humanity of it. Oh. Because, man, I'm so freaking tired of having to see if people are really, that's the thing. I'm like gun shy, so if people come forward and be like, hey, I'm here to help, I'm here to, I'm going to be like, fucking prove it. Prove it, man. Prove that you aren't trying to freaking rob me or take something from me or freaking prove it that you just want to care for me because I'm a decent human being. Because do people even do that shit anymore? I do it every day. The little lady at Walgreens, I haven't seen her since the middle of August, and I found out today why. She got something happened. They wouldn't, and I didn't want to know. It's private, it's personal, but I just am glad that she's still on this earth, and she'll be rehabilitating for a few more months. But it was because I was thinking about her. I've been thinking about her for like 2 days. And when I went in today, the woman in the photo apartment Lori was helping people out, and the woman in front of me asked about her. And I said, are you asking about the lady? And she's like, yeah. I said, I was going to do that. Thanks for reminding me. Because I was listening to my music too. I was like this. But I overheard them, the lady, And so I interjected because that's what I do. And so the lady, people ask about her all the time. And so what she does is she writes down it. I said, tell her Marge, like the Simpson, and I do the YouTube videos. And if she wants, watch my, because I even wrote down my channel on a business card for her one day. So hopefully maybe she's at home watching. Laurel is her name. Her name was also Lori. It was L-O-R-I for sure. But evidently her brother gave her a nickname when she was young in the house, and she ended up as Laurel. So I'm just glad to know that she's okay. You know, and that's the thing is when we want to know about people, the universe puts it in our path to know about who they are, especially if we're close in a frequency. You know. Yeah. Like plastic. Like people like plastic. People are plastic, man. That's what happens when you lose your soul, when your spirit goes away. Hi, girl. Hi, Violet Moon. Hi, Aaron. How can you not? Oh, hey, this ain't all love and light, dude. There's plenty of shit that is not lovable about me. I assure you that. No, I am not the best. I'm not even the top 10, nope. Nope. I ain't, nope. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. See, just always remember that, and then people don't get disappointed. Yeah. Look, I want to show you guys the clouds, the sky tonight. Stanley's over there. Oh, wow. Okay, we got these patterns. I like the real dark ones. Those for me are alien ships. Those are like big, those are like battleships, right? But one of these, that's a mothership. Hi, mothership. How do you do? What up? Where's the stairs? Can I drive? I want to drive. I always say, but I don't even care what it is. Can I drive? That's how I was in the cockpit of a B-1 bomber. Not a B-2. I hate those things. Those are stupid. I hate them. The B-1. I gave the pilot a ride across the flight line at Crete, Suda Bay. And then oh wow. Sometimes I get memories of right here when I'm doing in videos, and I'm just like, I gotta process that, but I ain't trying to do it on live YouTube right now. Holy shit. Anyway, so I like to drive the ship. I like to drive things. And see, because I'm all about mechanics and how they operate, and you know, and people just don't even know how things work. They don't even know how to drive. It's sad. So it's cool because Carolyn B hung out. She's a tarot card reader. Carolyn B. I used to distract myself with tarot, you know, and Aries and my same flame sign and all that stuff, but I couldn't anymore because it was never my storyline. So I would get frustrated. So I just switched to like other stuff and then kept astrology, and just because astrology is the first true science. I mean, you can tell like about people's physical sicknesses and stuff like that in astrology. It's all medical doctors at used to have to know it, and then, you know, the opportunist decided, well, we can make a lot more money and cause a lot more harm to people, and they're sadistic, because not all doctors are rad, man. A lot of them are cut happy. They'll just hack you up, cut you open, you know. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't, but that's all right, because it's just all insurance and malpractice and codes and stuff like that, so it don't matter. And people, see, that's the thing is, have you ever heard anyone that's gotten like a back surgery or a neck surgery or something like that and it fixed them? You know why it hasn't? Because they're like freaking drilling into nature. They're drilling like hardware and shit that you can get out of the freaking bin at Ace, and they're putting that in. Yeah, it's real clean, and it's made with really, you know, stainless, but they're still freaking drilling that shit into your bone, man. And it ain't natural. And it's cooperation is nature's way. That was a weird song. I didn't like it. It was a new one from Glass Animals that I never heard before. So, yeah, so it's like, I'll take my chances. I ain't not letting people... Dude, they did a freaking military doctor gave me the Brostrom procedure on my ankle. It looks like he fucking cut it with a fucking butter knife. I'm not even kidding. I'm about tempted to put the laptop down and show you. There's like 3 shink. It's not even a straight line. It's not even like he did one line. It was like shink. It's like, dude, whole total hack job. Total. Got to get back out on the golf course, I guess. Major, colonel, You know, people like honor military. I'm like, dude, you people, they're just regular people. I remember going into that same Berlin Urquist, I think something like that, the hospital at Offutt, and there was a, I think she was like a lieutenant. She was just like a little, she was like a first lieutenant, little silver little bar, and people thought that I was like, because I was a slick sleeve, but I didn't have any rank. I was rankless like the first 2 years because they put me on the chunky chicken club, the fat girl club in the Air Force. That's what they, yeah. Not a whole lot of the other fat dudes surrounded me, joined me, but I was in, yeah. It was really cool. That's all right, because who's fit now? Who's fit now, and who's not? Most all of them. So some are. I said most, not all. Some. And I can only do 6 because I couldn't stand the swinging dicks of who's in charge and how they felt that day. Made my third eye twitch. So I'm like, fuck this. If I'm gonna freaking be surrounded by a bunch of misogynistic assholes that are that don't have no logic about nothing and how things should be done, they're just bending over to the brass above because their nuts are in a bind here, guys. All the double, triple, quadruple duty. And I say duty, I mean shit. And like having to stand out on the flight line to freaking wave at generals and just stupid. Fuck, don't waste our fucking time. But they go do because they can. Dance puppet dance. And now they're all congressmen and stuff and freaking senators and it's so stupid. They're millionaires, gazillionaires, because every city they live in, they buy up all their property and stuff, and whatever. Omaha, you've been doing dirty, Omaha. There's a lot of dirty shit that's gonna come out in Omaha. I've been putting stuff together, and if I'm putting stuff together, that means other people are putting stuff together. So, ooh, ooh, bad karma, bad karma. So, what was I talking about? I have salt and pepper. Salt and pepper's here. Salt and pepper's here. We in a fix. Yo, boy, we in a fix. Only the sexy people. All you fly mothers, get on up here and dance. Dance! What was I talking about? It's gone. What's going on in other people's world? Enough about me. Yeah. Somebody broke one of your protection rocks that I had it on your desk. That's stupid. Why would they touch it? Why would you let them touch it? Get the frick off my shit. Stanley! Damn it! Come here. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Come back over. Come on. Good cat. Good cat. Come on. You're just being you. I'm gonna put you in the house. He jumped the fence, but I got him to come back over. He just is being instinctual. That was a godsend that frickin' he did that because mom locked me out. She does it. She'll go around and secure the premises, and I think she thinks that I'm in my room because the light's on. But the door was locked, and I just jiggled it. Otherwise, I'd have to frickin' climb up in the window. Yo, Ma, let me in. I used to get locked out when I was a little kid. It wasn't accidental, it wasn't intentional. So I don't like it. People are like, "Oh yeah, separation anxiety. Oh yeah, this. Oh yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I got reasons. You want to hear my reasons why I got all those?" Everybody has them. People just minimize them and belittle them and berate them for it. That's all. They shouldn't. It's mean. It's harmful. It's hurtful. But when people feel small, they like to step on people like crabs in a bucket to make themselves feel better. People are going to start calling it out and stuff, man. See, the rest of the year is going to be nasty with all the stuff coming out, all the freaking dirty perverts and all the grossness and all the freaking people eating and the animal doing and the people that like to pay a lot of money to watch animals do the people eating, and it just really got out of hand. So people are going to go ahead and see the world for what it is, and it's going to it's going to be hard to watch. People are freaking out. And the suicides are going up, and homicides are going up, and all the sides are going up. And so, once people start stepping into their heart space and their love for God and themselves because we're all just like disco balls, man. We're all disco balls with a little mirror on it, and the big disco ball, that's God, and we're just a little mirror on it. And so how are we going to reflect how are we going to reflect in life? Negatively? Because that's what the Lucy fairy tale does. The Lucy fairy tale perpetuates negativity, egomaniacal, freaking chasing sensations, all this sex twisted sex stuff, sexism, sex sells, sex sells, sex sells, you know. And it's all that stuff. People are like, "What are you serving? What are you giving your attention to instead of hanging out with your family? How many hours a week have people spent just watching football? It's the same game. It never ends. It never ends. It's basketball. Never ends. Never ends. It's just stats, and waves, and people freaking piss away freaking gazillions of dollars and all the stuff that is used and covered to do that stuff for the nastiness and the traffickers and all that stuff too. It's a pervert. It's all for the egomaniac. It's just gross. you know so people are coming back into their family, and they're coming back into their heart, and a lot of people aren't rectifying. Like, I gotta be able. I'm skittish. I'm skittish because I've been in a low place, like in terms of dealing with people, because I gave up my power to my anger. So now I'm coming into my heart, and there's more power to it when you come from a heart space. There's a lot more power, and not less manipulation. And see, that's the thing is if I come from my heart, if I get in touch with the right people, I'm likely to go real far. And I can't be afraid. I can't be afraid of that. I can't be afraid of success. I can't be afraid of attention. I can't be afraid. And sometimes, and that's the case, because I don't want it. I don't want a lot of press. I want to do my little talks under my trees, and occasionally have conversations with people throughout the day. And that's, and hang out with Mom. Yeah. It's not too much to ask. I'm doing my sermons here, because the astrology is lining up just like it did back in the 1500s when these, when they came in and they were like, people are finding their own connection to source. They're not going to churches anymore, because churches have been deemed unreliable. A lot of them. For one reason or another. Because they take all your money, but when hardships happen, they're not there to fucking help you, ever. It's all freaking like, oh, I'm gonna go in and tell this priest of all the terrible freaking things I've done, and he'll give me a couple Hail Marys, and I'll write a check for the congregation for $50K, and then I'll be able to sleep at night because my soul is saved. But the people are still doing the dirty, nasty stuff, and even the people in the clergy are doing it, because it's like, hey, you're doing that? Oh yeah, you know where to get them. It's all that stuff. There's so much evil, nastiness, and Mormonism. There's good stuff in it, but there's been more than 51% at this point, because if people knew the level of nefariousness and the freaking downright disgusting how freaking evil people are, you would not let your children out around Halloween. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Maybe that's why they're in a lot of states. They've already canceled Halloween this year. Yeah, because people are the evil. They're squirming because the light is coming in. You ever seen like pincher bugs or cockroaches? Like pincher bugs especially. Like if they're in the they're so sensitive. So if you like uncover one, they're earwigs in some places. Some places don't even know what I'm talking about. But they're always pincher bugs, and they freaking hurt. They can't hurt anyway. But they're so sensitive that they like writhe around in the light and stuff like that, you know. And like snakes, you know, they like it in the heat, and they go put themselves away in the winter because they're so sensitive that slows everything down. Well, people have these, you know, in them too, these sensitivities too, and so um I don't want to hear this stupid song right now. Where are you now, Mumford and Sons? So some people have more sensory, you know, extra sensory, and people are coming into their extra sensory stuff right now. They really freaking are, you know. So they're going past. They're like, huh. They're like, you know, the intuitions, the knowings are turning on. The guides, the angels, you know. And unless you grow up in a place where freaking you're around a bunch of control freaks, then they're just going to tell you you're schizophrenic or you know, you're hearing voices and all. No, people put weird shit on stuff. That ain't what it is. You ever think about somebody and then call them and then they're like, oh, I was just thinking about you. Yeah, of course, because we're the same frequency. We're on the same channel. You know, so when people are receptive to my tube, you're channeling, you're getting a lot of the same information that I have. If you don't get it now, then you got it before, because something I say here makes sense. And I speak in terms of recovery. I speak in terms of, I mean, you know, people know about systems. Well, I know about supply chains and psychology. And that shit freaking trumps systems, because system is just another means for someone to dictate how somebody's going to go, if somebody's going to get help they need or not. It's just more loops and holes and freaking shit that most people, they don't got fucking time in life for. So, a lot of stuff. A lot of truths being revealed, and people are going to have a hard time with it. So we got to be able to come in and help them heal. That's what this whole next year. It's like 2020 is, you know, because people are finding their God. And so a lot of people, I'm like, this is my concept. I speak on my conception of God here. If your God's, you know, and mine is a little bit out of this book, and a little bit out of this book, and a little bit out of this book, and a little bit out of Hinduism, and a little bit out of Buddha, and a little bit out of this, and a little bit out of that. And then there's other areas that, you know, a lot of stuff, I'm like, nah, I don't buy that. Because this is my spiritual experience as a human being. And so I get to pick up what I'm going to put in my energy field as truth. And I get to say, nah, that ain't my truth. And not take it on as my reality. So, anyway, that's about all I got for now. I hope you have a rad evening. Peace.